Okay, so right now I'm connected to my AirStash, right? So here's the AirStash that's on, and I'm connected, okay? And then I'll go ahead and do a couple things. So one is I'll show you our current, this is an HTML app, right? HTML5 app, I'll show you first. Okay, so this is our similar app. So here's, I'll go to the root directory first. So here's the root directory. I happen to have a bunch of movies and photos, etc. So, okay, so let me turn this here. Okay, there we go. So now, if I'm going to bring in a movie, for example, I'll show you, pick Harry Potter, for example. So it detects that it's an iPad, and we'll do a split screen. Takes a little bit to show up. Push play. So now it's bringing the movie in, buffering it in, and this is all through a browser app. It takes a little bit to get started here.
What kind of resolution is this video?
So this video is, I believe, is the same resolution you get off of iTunes in, I think this one might be a standard definition, but let me go ahead and get this started here. So, bring this over here. Scrub up a second. And now, once you have it here, you can preview it. Bring the audio up. Okay, and you can tap on it if you want. You can go full screen. Right.
Okay.
So this is just a full screen. So if you're watching movies, you know, you can go ahead and stream. In fact, let me, if you don't mind here, let me scrub it.
Does it remember the last play precision?
So it did, but as Apple changed their rev, it worked. But then when it got to 4.2, it stopped remembering it. It did a change in QuickTime. So we're putting that into our native app, which is one of the reasons we're doing that. Okay, so now if I'm done, I'll show you the next step. And again, I'm showing you this all through the web app. I'll go back and, for example, go to Photos, browsing. Right, so here's a set of photos. I can go ahead and see the photo on the right side, and then I can go to full screen if I want. Okay. So this is the ability to scroll. Now this is going through the web app, so this is we're limited by the browser, right? And so now one of the things I wanted to show, well, I can show you a PDF for music. Let's go back to PDF. So the PDF, here's a paper coming in. This is again through the browser, right? So a quick load on a PDF. You can open up an iBooks, etc. That's all part of the Apple piece. Okay, and then let's go to. I'm going to go to the actual app. So this was, we call it AirStash Lite for now, but we're still working on the name. Now this is running the actual app. So it's not optimized for iPad yet. It's really just a single list here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the photos, for example. So again, these are the same set of photos. Oop, my picture. It's going to go to the beginning, I think, at this time. And so, you know, for this, it's going to be bringing them in. I can then rotate. Now we still have this bar, which we'll be eliminating over time, but this is again, so this is just the beginning. We haven't finished the app. We're bringing in the same type of photos and loading them in. Now the interesting part is once it loads them in, it goes, you know, cached in, so you can keep going, and it's bringing them in. So you have your photos. Now, if you want to go back on this app, now we've changed the bottom here. We have an import button, and with import. Right now, again, this is a crude interface in the beginning because we're still finishing it up. But you can import the current directory or import everything on the card, and you can pick it full size right now or whether on or off. So, for example, I'll import the current directory. I'll do it quickly on this side. Okay, so it'll show a progress bar, and it's importing the photos from the SD card.
So you can't import multiple directories right now, or can you?
You can. We can do import all. It'll import everything.
Oh, but you can't select multiple directories.
Not at this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, we're still working on this app. This is kind of
that's cool.
This is an alpha release.
Do you have a time frame?
We're shooting to get this app out this month.
Oh, this month. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then
will you? How much would it be?
That's free.
Free. Awesome.
So now that I imported it, let me go to my photos. Okay, so these are photos I imported. See if I can go back to the one I had before, the bear, and you can zoom in to the native resolution. Right,
Okay.
so we brought it in. Oop. And so he's going to show you is the big innovation we're doing, which is a WebDAV server. And
Okay.
what that is a WebDAV is a common technology that has been standardized for connecting to other devices, typically cloud services. So you can go ahead and mount AirStash as a drive. You can use third-party apps that already work with WebDAV to be able to read and write files, just as you would a cloud service. So if you don't want to go into the cloud because you don't have internet connection, or it's unreliable, or you've hit your data cap because you're dealing with several hundred meg files, you can go ahead directly locally to AirStash. And so that's a way to get, we find this really is the value proposition for iPad users, where iPad users can't get a file to the person next to them in the room without emailing it. So this is a way to get there. So Brian will give you a quick demo.
Right.
So he's going to use a native app.
We use Keynote, which is part of Apple's iWork suite of applications here. It's on iPad only right now. Apple's rumored to be bringing this to the iPhone at some point here. If we go down to Keynote here, the latest update for the Keynote app added a couple of buttons down here at the bottom that if you tap on it, gives you the option to copy from WebDAV. We've implemented WebDAV on the AirStash so that it's possible to actually pull up the list of files on your AirStash wirelessly and import them into Keynote here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a presentation here. Alright,
So now it's
it downloads the presentation.
What kind of Wi-Fi is it? Which
It's 802.11g.
G? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an early look we're giving you guys. The download time will be improved by the time it's actually shipped.
Okay.
So now Keynote will go ahead and actually process the file. Oh, those are font warnings. Those are...
We have some custom
There's a font on there that's not on this iPad.
Okay.
And just as you would expect, you can scroll through a presentation, do whatever it is you want to do right here on the iPad.
Excellent.
So, the great thing about using this on the AirStash is that the AirStash is a USB flash drive. So with the AirStash you can actually just plug it into a computer and use it like a USB flash drive. But with WebDAV, then you can actually use it with apps like the iWork suite of apps as a wireless flash drive for your iPad. And the iPad, of course, has no way of connecting to a flash drive. So this fills a big unmet need for iPad users, but it also works with dozens of existing applications on iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, and on other platforms that use the WebDAV standard as well.
What other apps are there right now?
GoodReader, AirSharing are two big examples of that. There are some WebDAV apps that use a specific list of cloud services that they support. Documents to Go and Quick Office are like those. We're going to be banging down the door of anybody who has WebDAV apps that has a very specific list of cloud services that they support and getting them to include AirStash as the flash drive option for their app as well.
So we're trying to make it real simple, right? So you have your mobile devices and you want to have a flash drive, but some of them you can't plug in a flash drive to it, so you have a wireless flash drive that lets you wirelessly save and retrieve, and then you can go ahead and plug this directly into other devices as well. So you have your choice whether it's a USB physical connection or a wireless connection. And then the goal is to not only go for Apple products, but over time we'll be bringing in and working with Android products, RIMS, BlackBerry products, and any other type of product that supports WebDAV. The goal is, it's a standard, and we're going to make sure it works compatible with all those different devices.
And not to mention, it also works with PCs and Macs as well. So it's the perfect opportunity if you're working with a group of people, you don't have an internet connection, or you really don't want to be storing files to the internet just to send something to the person sitting across you at the table. You can all set this up as a local collaboration server. Just take it out of your pocket, put it on, turn it on, and everybody connects up and can save and retrieve files, multiple people connected at the same time to the same device as a local portable storage.